What is up?
Oh, those comments. I'll
What?
have you know, I was here at exactly 9 o'clock.
Hmm. 9 o'clock Boston time.
Maybe it was 9 o'clock and 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, that's really, really great. We're happy that you were able to finally join us, Boston. But so yeah, we got a fun night of recapping ahead of us because we had a very exciting time at a place called Madison Seminary in
Yeah,
Boston. We got to get you there.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
need to. I need to get there. I
Now,
yes.
watched that whole thing. Like, why am I not there right now?
now, Boston, had you known about this place? Because I knew nothing about this place.
Nothing.
And Bree, how did you stumble upon it?
Well, I mean, I'm from Ohio, so there's that playing in my favor.
That's true. That works.
um, but then you got formerly known as Destination Fear. Did an episode there,
Oh, did
and
they?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
um, but yeah, so I was actually there for MadCon 6, and they did a drawing and I won the tickets to go. So that's how this all came about.
And then you
Yeah.
very generously invited this loser over here.
Wrong way.
Well, I
Wrong
had
way.
to invite my bud. I mean, come on now.
That I didn't know what to expect. I really did not know what to expect. This place is definitely in my top 3 of favorites. For sure. Like I have a few places that I got to hold close to
I'm
my heart.
curious. Well, I know one that like has to be your favorite for a reason, obviously.
Yeah, like the Borden House and Conjuring are like my
Yeah.
top 2 because those were um
Wow.
big life-changing experiences in the paranormal world for me. And this one though had that feel. Like it had the creep vibe and got to experience something that I didn't experience at any of the other ones before, which was the audible footsteps. And that
Yeah.
was just one of the things that we got that night. Like that was insane. So
Yeah.
anybody tuning in, we have been doing this massive collaboration that has spanned 3 different episodes. We first in October went to some haunted houses in Michigan, not paranormal related, but well, I guess one was paranormal
Yeah.
related. We went
Well,
to
one was at both. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we went to Eloise Asylum
Yeah.
and got to go through the basement and the tunnels there through the haunt. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And then we did I'm trying to think of the word. A new type of experience where it was done remotely for part and Bree was alone for the other.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? There was that one
Ah!
thing? And that was at Wildwood Seminary. And
Yes.
that
That
was
place
a
is cool.
Sanitarium. Yeah.
sanitarium. Yeah,
Sanitarium.
there's
There's
2
two.
different S's.
There's so many weird names for these. Like, can't they all just be called like hospital? Just for
No,
everything.
because
Like, do we really need to know if like they were sick in the mind or sick somewhere else? Like,
well, it was a distinguishment of like what the facility was used for. Like
yeah.
sanitariums, those were like hospitals. Then asylum, you know what the asylum was. You got poor farms. I mean, yeah, there is a lot of, and depending on what part of the country, like East Coast is sanitarium, Midwest is sanatorium.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like spelled differently, the same damn thing though.
Huh.
Like, so like I went when I was like 3 weeks on the East Coast, like I'm saying sanatorium and people are looking at me like I had like just like popped out a third boob or something. They were like, what? Like, no.
We will get to that guy. I don't want you to think cuz that guy was trying so hard
I know he was.
to
And
get you guys. So we'll get there. We'll get there because I did not dislike that guy's theory. But first, why don't you, like, I know a little bit of the history, but why don't you guys, speaking of sanatorium, sanitarium, third boobs, um, why don't you give us a little bit of the history of the location
Yeah, and I think that's all
that we
Brie,
were at?
because that's what Brie does, is go
Yeah.
through
That's
the
for me.
historic areas
Exactly.
of the haunted
The
locations.
history, yes. All right, let me put my let's get into teacher mode, shall we? Okay. Right?
I
All
like
right,
it.
let's go. I got my hair. I feel okay, we won't go there. So, history. There's actually two buildings when it comes to Madison Seminary. The first one was actually built in the right after the Civil War, right around there. I can't remember the exact date. Sorry, guys. I know that that's supposed to be my niche. I'm having blonde moment throughout this whole damn day, so at least I remember that. So it was actually built like for like the widows, for the children, for the veterans, the survivors of the Civil War. Now, fun fact is that her name was Mary. Her last name starts with an S. She spent the last 4 years of her life in this building. Oh God, it's gonna kill me. I'm gonna remember her name at midnight and be like, and blow up your guys' phone. But she was actually Abraham Lincoln's #1 spy during the Civil War. She got caught like a total of 17 times, and each time, depending on what side she was on, she would play that she was for that damn side. She would get you the clothing, the food, the horses, the guns, whatever you needed. She got it. She played it to the hilt, but she was Abraham Lincoln's ace in his pocket when it came to women being spies. So she spent her last 4 years there. She's actually been cited there. She's even buried down the road at the cemetery where over 200 people that have died on the property are buried. So, fun fact for you there. The second part of the building is the Ohio Cottage, where we spent the rest of the night, because when I did my historical walkthrough, like, Wi-Fi was just like, yeah, we don't like you, ain't gonna work. So you saw us in the Ohio Cottage. Now, the fourth floor of this cottage was actually converted into an asylum. The main area that you saw a lot that we did in, where I saw the smoke and the mist, where ironically, not even 20 minutes later, a smoke alarm went off for smoke in the corridor of the asylum. How freaky is that?
Yeah, that was weird.
So, that was like so weird. Like, yeah, we had the freaking smoke alarm go off, and it even said on the digital readout, "Smoke in the asylum corridor." We were up
Boston
in the asylum.
has a
Boston's
question.
got a question. Let's go, girl.
Not a question, but the story cannot be told without her name. It was Elizabeth Stiles.
Thank you, Stiles. Okay.
I believe it's Stiles.
Okay,
not related
thank you. So
to Harry
Elizabeth
Styles.
Stiles, yes, she was
No relation.
Abraham's ace in the hole.
Yeah.
But I mean, this woman was insane. Thank you, Shayla. I appreciate that.
There you go.
Okay.
There you
Yes,
go.
thank you so much. Okay, I'm like, man, like my brain. Okay, Mary was his wife, but I knew the last name started with an S. Okay, you guys, I told you it's been a blonde moment day. It's a Monday.
Okay.
It's a Monday-ist of Mondays. So, anyways, smoke alarm goes off. Now the big area
that scared me.
that's where they had their recreation. That's where they were fed. I even showed, when I was doing my solos, the two different areas for the stairwells that used to go down to the lower floors, how they actually boarded those off to keep the patients in. Now, the rooms that we walked down where they've got the weird, funky cutout rooms. There's the doctor's office where, I don't know if anybody caught on to what Kris and I did when we were on my live. He does not, the spirit that's in that room does not like being referred to as Doctor. So he
Why?
called surgeon. He gets really,
because he's a surgeon. He has earned that title.
Yeah.
Yes, he's surgeon. So if you caught what Kris and I did when we walked in, he was like, we did the whole,
Doctor.
Oh,
Doctor.
okay. I thought you said doctor. I was like, why does he have a problem with doctor?
Well, he doesn't like doctor, but when you do doctor, then he really doesn't.
Then he gets real pissed.
Like then he's really pissed, right?
Oh
yeah.
no.
So like, and I think that we did. I believe when I did my solo, because right after we did that whole thing and like we were walking through the rooms, that's when like we noticed like you've got black, right? Like when you turn your lights off and it gets black and your eyes have to adjust to the darkness, and then you can start seeing where the light is. We're already in the dark. The only light we have is from the IR light on my camera. It did not matter. We were already seeing light coming in through the windows, and it was like you couldn't see that light anymore. It was like the black became blacker. It would be like if you grabbed a can of paint, popped the top off, and stuck your face in. That's what it was like.
I've had
like
that experience at Middow and the Conjuring House.
Hey, actually, let's go to a clip really quick. And this will show kind of like the part that we were talking about. Oh, here.
Like I know I should probably pull something out to play with. But I'm really a nerd right now.
Okay, I think this is.
I don't even want to sit down.
Yeah, this is the start of your solo. It was a little bit before that, right?
I'm seeing something out of the corner of my eye.
Well, it happened at our solo too. Because it happened first with the two of you guys together. Because that's when I remember I just stepped because I was eating dinner.
No. Oh, you're talking about that light. I'm talking about the light in the.
What light?
In the asylum.
Where?
It was going across the wall.
Oh, you can actually see it in that clip. Did you see the white dot?
Yeah, and then it just kind of goes away.
And it goes away. There's nothing.
And there was the other light right there. There was the second light.
Those rooms are though.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's windows.
True.
So we got the one dot, and then you're going to see another light appear next to it as it starts to fade away.
In the asylum.
Where?
It was going across the wall.
Yeah, that light should not have been there. Oh, snap. Huh. Damn. We got some good stuff.
Interesting. Was there anything in that room that was something that could have been a reflective surface?
No.
Besides,
there wasn't a window or glass of any kind?
They were low. So all the windows were like on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't anything my height, like up high, that should have had a dot go across it like that. And you got to think we're in the middle of a snowstorm, so there was no traffic either. And when there was traffic, we would point out car.
Yeah, that didn't look like a car. That was very much.
It was just weird that another one appears.
Right, like higher.
Yeah. It was weird things like that. I took a picture at one point, and Boston, I shared it with you. I can't put it up because apparently fucking iPhones don't do JPEGs, but the image that I took.
How did you take the photo?
So it's a new thing. It's changing it to an HEMC file.
No, I'm saying you didn't take the photo using your phone?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
But now I can't put it on StreamYard to show you because it's not a JPEG.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I just tried sending him a bunch of pictures and it was like, nope.
Yeah. So, but you can see a trail of some sort coming up from by the piano when I was downstairs.
And there's multiple. There's one down low that's like a straight line. And then there's one kind of like, and then there's this noodle that's like thick.
What does the noodle sound like? Because I heard the doot for the little one. I want to hear what the noodle sounds like.
Yeah, what's the big one?
Thick. That's what it sounds like. I'll tell you what, we will post for anyone watching this right now. Kris, just remember, we will post to our community page.
Yeah.
So on our community tab on this channel, we'll post that picture, and we could probably post some of Brie's pictures too.
Yeah, because I've got one that I have not released from when Kris did his solo. That I was able to put together. But yeah, so like the upstairs with those small rooms, just so you know too, going back to the history real quick, they would have upwards of 5, 6, and 7 people in those tiny rooms with no beds. So
what did you say were the things that, so I know it was obviously, I think it's weird that they call it a seminary because that's literally what it was for the shortest period of time. It was like from 1847. Oh, never mind. Okay, so it was from 1859 to 1891. It was the seminary. But then after that, it was like everything, right?
Yeah.
It had the asylum, it had the woman's, it was like a home for like widowed.
It was a hospice at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a lot. That place was a lot. There was over 200 people that died at it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of death.
Brie, do you have anything in your life that you want me to scroll to?
I'm trying to remember off my live what I caught. I know on my TikTok the short that you will play.
Mm-hmm.
Of the little kid. That
scared me.
That dude, you hear me even say it's not on my short, but when I'm on TikTok, like I look at Kris and I openly admit like that scared the shit out of me because it was so fast and it was so where we were, it was so loud in that room. Like I was expecting something to run in the door at us. And I'm just like,
yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, the fact that a viewer from home, because 9 times out of 10 when people are hearing things on investigations, the people at home can't hear it. Like it's usually real subtle or like you can barely hear it. But the fact that as a viewer, we could hear it. Well, I shouldn't say we, but I know there was other people with me that heard it too. I even rewound because I was like, wait, what did I hear? I turned it full volume and it was loud. The fact that it was loud enough for us to pick up, I can't imagine how loud it would have been for you guys.
Now, I mean, throughout my live, on my, that he's on right now, from my YouTube channel, you hear a lot of whispers, you hear a lot of footsteps, you hear a lot of movement. It seemed like the more that Kris and I would separate, what was interesting was our energy, because Kris and I seem to be on the same wavelength when it comes to ability wise. Like we're able to draw it out. So it's like when we were together, it seemed like the big things would happen. When we were apart, we had way bigger things. Like the noises would get louder, the voices would get louder. It was like if we were apart, like there were times where they would go after Kris, or like if it was just me, they'd come after me.
Yeah, Kris is, I will attest to that. He's a ghost magnet.
Yeah.
So if you're anything like him, the two of you together, I'm sure are.
I mean, I had a lot of people telling me that they thoroughly enjoyed how well we were together because of the energy of how we were and how things would react around us. Like even us just being like 2-3 feet apart, we would get like the loud bangs, the loud noises. People on my end were like, I hear whispers. I hear this.
Let's play this clip real quick.
Okay. There we go. You heard that?
Here's something. I don't know what it is. That's a fucking little kid running.
I don't think it was. Yeah, it's not loud enough on here.
Can you make it louder?
No, unfortunately, I cannot on here.
Yeah. If you go to my YouTube,
if you go to Brie's YouTube, you can hear it very loud and clear when listening to it.
Like it's distinctive. Like it starts off small and then it just takes off like full steam ahead, just barreling down the damn hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I just wish I could have shown Kris's face because I think Kris and I both had our damn jaws on the ground. Like our eyes were probably the size of half. I mean, we were like looking at each other like.
Yeah.
We had our O faces on, okay?
I forgot that I set that doll up in that room, and I really wonder if anybody got freaked out by that again. I'm trying to just scan through this video real quick because we also had that dumbwaiter open.
Ooh, there was a dumbwaiter?
Yeah, that
Mhm.
was on my live.
I didn't
Where
notice that.
the door opened, and it's the same door that opened that was actually used on the TV show that's got Jack Osborne and the Ghost Brothers on it, like where they go over clips. Jeff Fent actually got this door to open and close on command, and it got used on the TV show with those two groups. And we actually had it open for us. It wasn't like wide
Wow.
open, but like it was closed all the way, and this thing opened. I mean, it was open.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that clip. I don't know.
That would have been probably towards like the first 20 minutes.
Oh,
I would
I found it.
We started off on the second floor.
I found it. Hold on, I'm just reviewing it too.
Fright Club. I've never heard of that. I've honestly, I think, watched like one full episode of any ghost hunting related show ever in my life. But I love Jack Osborne.
Holly, how are you, love? All right. I've got a spare battery in my hand in case I need it. Now, this is the bathroom where a janitor committed suicide. No, that's you. I heard something else. That's why I turned.
So we heard something open, right? And you could kind of hear it in the video.
It's on there. Okay, so why don't we stand apart from each other but within sight of each other, like at opposite ends of a hall? If you want to, you can, or I can. I am going to change my IR real quick.
Yeah, so you're changing
Megas
it.
that says that if we get more distance, we'll hear more things. Okay, bear with me, everybody. I got to change the battery.
Hey, Stacy.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, so I totally just found it.
So we don't see it open.
No.
It was just a memory. Like
Here
you
we go.
guys, it was closed.
Yeah,
and then you went back
I
and
mean,
it was open.
I could
Well,
go
we've got it on
like
closed
we
all
traveled
the way.
for a while.
Closing
Yeah.
You what?
We've got it on camera of us closing it before
Uh-huh.
this. Like, we do have it caught on my camera where we closed it. We walked away, and when I heard the noise that we heard was this opening. The fuck? Like, you can see that it's... No, I had that closed all the way. I closed that myself. I feel really sick right now. Like, the closer we come down here...
Do you close it again?
Yeah, she closes it again and it stays closed for the whole night.
How much was it like a hard thing to open or close?
I mean, when
I'm
it's
asking
when it
this
was
because dumbwaiters, like
when it
air
was
travels
shut,
up and down.
Yeah, when it was shut, it was shut.
Right.
Like,
it
it wasn't like a little pull and then it opened again. When we shut it, it was like latch shut. Like
Yeah.
it was on there good, and that's what we had done way earlier on. I think it might have been in the first live when we were doing the tour, because we looked in it and then we latched and closed it. And then we would
Damn.
leave people in the building. Now, later when we walked by, did we possibly not notice it? I don't know, but I know in the one live during the day was when we shut it.
Yeah, I don't. I can't see a person having open it. I just know with dumbwaiters.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I was at another location where
crab
something
holes
similar
and
happened, and it
things
like
can
pushed it
open. Yeah.
open. But if it takes force to open and or shut,
Mm-hmm.
meaning like it's latched pretty hard, then that because that was clearly open. It was like an inch wide.
Yeah. So let me go to our channel and
We are
find
live.
some stuff. Was there anything
We're
else, Brie,
live
on
for
yours?
round 2.
No,
Yo,
I mean the
what
rest
up?
would be on TikTok, like
All
where I
right.
caught
And we're
the
on
bookshelf.
You can see everything.
Boom.
Yeah, and
There you go.
that we're gonna have to post
Got a
later
world
'cause
map here,
I don't know
just
how
in case
to share.
And while the families were waiting, and we have like
So
a
for those that
chattergeist.
don't know, Chris did his solo in the mirror room on the second floor.
Yeah,
And
it
there's this big ass bookshelf that is heavy as hell to move. I try to move it on my TikTok afterwards. You can't move it. Like I think I was able to move it like a quarter of an inch. And when he walked in for his
Hold on, real quick.
If
Wait, do
anybody's
you know
here
we can
with us, you
hear?
can come here.
Oh
you-
no, I did not
Okay.
know you could.
I'm like, it's kind of hard. Like we're talking over this. Yeah, mute it. Okay, sorry.
no, you're fine. So like when we walk in, like right into the room where the room that we walk into that like you got to get to the mirror room from, it's the one with the bed that's got the coffin on top of it, and there's this big ass bookshelf. It's completely flushed, and the only reason I noticed that it had even been moved is because when we walked in, I was able to read, like not that I could read, but I could, if I like, you could see the titles on the bindings easy, like left or right. When I walked in to get him from his solo, I went and I looked over, I noticed that I couldn't see the bindings as well anymore. And so then that's what made me actually like look at the shelf, and I noticed like I can see the wall behind the shelf now, whereas before you couldn't see that wall, you know. So like I actually went through all the footage last week and was able to still shot off of his live and off of my live on TikTok and get still pictures where you can actually see what the bookshelf looked like before as he walked in and the bookshelf when I walked in.
And like I get people like, because I've heard some people like angles and all that, but
Me. I was one who looked at both and was like,
when you're there,
right.
I could fit between this bookshelf when I came out. Like it wasn't.
Right.
It was so in your face when I came out. It's like, how the hell was that not noticed before? And I even went around to where the door was because we read the instructions on the door, and it did look different from how it was. Like you could see it so much more. The thing that gets me is the not being able to hear it when I was
Not
in
me.
there. Well, I know. I mean, we've had a bubble before, but when you're in a bubble, it feels different, right?
And you didn't feel different in that mirror room?
No, that mirror room.
I got a lot of feels, and I wasn't there.
I was just kind of focusing on the million me's all around me, and just like that one Where's Waldo way in the distance, just being a little bit different. So before we get to the mirror room, I want to show a couple of clips of some stuff that we caught. So let me. How do I put this up? Boom. And I will unmute this.
Oh, that was cool what you guys did with the Scrabble board.
Hold up.
Oh,
How many fingers am I holding up right now?
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then three. Oh, and the cat ball's going off.
So we had a cat ball go off, and then this is when. Can you please tell me what that says?
smart ass. Word. Word.
Yeah, you heard it
Thank
come
you.
out.
Thank
like,
you. That's very good. Let's try another one.
Like instantly too.
Yeah. I don't think we ever got the second one to say anything.
It did. It said ground, but it
Yes.
said ground
We're gonna
like
try one
5
more word.
minutes later. Now,
Ooh, my-
one thing too, I did catch
Yeah,
off
Mega
of
heard you sing.
TikTok live here. Is remember when we walked out and we were walking towards like where we heard the little kid run?
Mm-hmm.
And I had the boo box with me and I was like, I'm going to take the boo box back. And I brought it back to this room and I yelled at you and I was like, Kris, did you yell? Do you remember that part?
Yeah.
Okay. I went back to that out of curiosity on my TikTok and I need to have it amplified somehow. I got to figure, I'm going to send you the clip to see what you can do with it. But the yell that I heard, I caught on my TikTok live.
Mm,
And it's a female that
Oh.
sounds like she's screaming help.
Hmm.
interesting. Yeah, I got to hear that.
There's also a point in this video when you guys are walking, Kris, well, I don't know if it's you guys. I think you maybe stay back, Brie, but it's like you're getting ready to move to a different room and Kris walks towards the stairs. And I heard something very, very clear come out of your boo box or spirit box, whatever the thing is. What's it called that you guys are using?
The boo box,
In this
yeah,
clip,
with
the
the
boo box?
necrophonic app.
Okay, so necrophonic. So I heard, yeah, it was like kind of around this moment. I heard very clear. I'm trying to remember. It was something like, they will come.
Somebody
I'll-
on the stairwell.
Sorry, I thought you were yelling at me. They will come. I'll let them in.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, it's like right around this mark.
Yes.
Yeah. Can the person on the stairwell please come down to see us?
It is so cold right
I
here.
know.
Like I feel like something just walked right up on us. Like I'm not gonna lie, I feel really scared right now. Like
Can whoever is in the stairwell please come over to me?
Nick says, "Don't get scared, Kris."
This is not right.
No, I turned that off.
If you're in the stairwell, let's hear you stomp on the stairs. Just like I am.
That sounded like a
Stop.
hello.
Yeah.
I don't know if we missed it or not. It's hard to hear without me having full volume.
Yeah. You should turn your headphones.
But the stuff that I usually hear from these things isn't like the obvious sounds. It's like the quieter ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's what I kept hearing on the Necrophonics app was like a loud noise followed by like a. Can you hear that? What am I saying? Hold on.
I don't want to play this game, Boston,
Why?
because
Charlie, I want you to point
Hey,
to the
Heather.
blue ball in the room.
so this was a really weird experience for me.
Thank you.
Like, I was so hooked on that mirror in that room.
Reset.
Yeah, that was kind of scary, to be honest, watching how infatuated you were. Like, you were so fixated, like, drawn
Yeah.
to it. Like, you
Are you
could.
staring at it now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
can see.
completely head on. Like, he won't stop looking at it.
Yeah.
And that's why you saw, I don't know if you remember, but I
Sorry.
walked in front.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Is Sarah a little boy in disguise?
Okay, thank you, Mecca.
Reset.
I'm not liking that.
No,
No. Don't look in the mirror.
can't help it.
Chris,
Like, yeah, I was like,
I will
Can't
stand
help
right
it.
here then. But then, every time I stand in front of this mirror, I hear something out there.
Don't stand in front of the mirror.
But you, okay.
Now you're trying to get her to not stand in front of the mirror.
Is Sarah dangerous?
Sly.
That's what Austin wants
Okay,
to
fine
know.
then. Don't stand in front of the mirror. That's like me. That's like me with my inside. Like we need to leave. No, we don't. I didn't say that. We need to
Right.
stay. No, let's go. Let's leave. Yeah, I think that was a moment for sure. Think of it.
oh, okay. So now we're in the mirror room.
Wait. What's that mean?
Well,
I don't
think
know
of-
Dutch.
Hold on. Just me. Hi, by the way. Just me. Everything. I think of the Axem, like the axe murderers, and how they covered the mirrors back then.
I actually discussed that on my live.
The-
Because if you go through Madison Seminary, all the mirrors are covered, and it actually goes back to the Victorian era. The reason they covered the mirrors, if you know about Myrtle's Plantation in Louisiana, with one of the legends of Myrtle's Plantation is if you ever look at the great big mirror that's in the front foyer, like there's handprints. No matter what they can do, no matter what they do to clean this mirror, they cannot get the handprints off the mirror. And they believe that it's Chloe and the two little girls' spirits that are trapped inside of this mirror. So with the mirrors being covered, the belief is that when somebody is dying or has recently passed on, you're going to cover the mirror to protect that person's spirit from being trapped within the mirror.
Oh, okay.
See, my brain's
Yes.
working now.
Yeah, that makes sense. The mirrors keep the memories. Interesting. I didn't know what you meant by axe M's.
I don't
Like-
want learn
The
Dutch.
axe murder.
But she
guy
said it like
covered the
plurals, like there's a bunch of axe murderers in Iowa, and now I'm starting to freak out a little bit.
No,
Is
that
that like a
would be
known
Melissa.
thing?
Yeah, in the Velisca house with the 6 people that were killed there.
Oh, that was Iowa?
Yeah, that was Velisca.
Oh,
And he actually even covered the mirrors before he killed the family while they were sleeping.
Oh.
well, that was
Start.
thoughtful
Well,
of him, right?
Oh,
Didn't want him trapped.
no, but I'm still gonna like bludgeon your asses to death and kill the neighbor's kids while I'm at it. So I mean,
so
I
let's.
just don't want your souls being trapped.
Yeah. What a nice guy.
I mean, if that's not a psychopath, I don't know what it's like. What is?
Right.
Jeez.
Let's. I want to play this clip. This is from the mirror room. That's wild. And this is when I noticed there was just something white sticking out by the door.
So,
Oh, I remember that.
This was so creepy. I'm like, don't touch it.
I thought somebody drew a dick on it at first. That's what I thought. Like, I found this thing and somebody drew a dick.
these a bunch of sigils.
Yeah, can you pause right here so we can like clearly look at him? Pause real quick. I wish you could zoom in. I'll make my big screen bigger. There we go. All right, so I see eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and then underneath that, it's either, like you said, it's either sigils or some kind of writing in a different language. Like character writing.
Either it's weird.
It's very weird. And then what's the thing up above?
I think it's a dick.
That's not
Made out of-
Chris.
made out
I
of
don't know how
Legos.
many.
It almost
dicks
reminds me of
you've
hopscotch.
seen, but-
Like,
It's
Made
like-
out of
it's
Legos.
It
hopscotch
reminds me of
dick.
hopscotch.
It's a dick made out of like.
There are the balls,
Yep.
and then
He's a man. He's gonna see a dick. Okay.
I was just gonna say I don't know what yours looks like, but if it looks like that, you might want to go see a doctor. But that's wild. And then there's stuff on the back too.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
there
like,
was stuff on the back
turn it
too.
over. And that's
There was
a
a face.
So it makes me wonder if the person was doing what we call, well, people call it different things, but automatic writing.
writing.
Yeah. Right? Because I could picture myself sitting in there and being like, I'm going to do an experiment and just like kind
I'm
of.
going to draw my face in the mirror.
But that's some pretty defined, usually with automatic, well, I like to do it with my eyes closed. And that's some pretty talented shit to draw
I think
with your
this
eyes
was
closed, even
somebody-
the other one.
I think this was somebody drawing their own face in the mirror and they thought they did really good.
Well, you can see the nose.
You can see the nose,
eye.
you see the eye, and there's a mouth. There's
Yeah.
some like curly things going on in
But
her
it's also,
hair.
what if that's half the face? If you look
Yeah.
Well, it
at
looks
that.
like it's a side of a face, like a side profile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's giving me optical illusions right now where
I know,
seeing it the other
because
way and
it's like-
creeping me out.
It's like
Yeah.
that. There's a poster for a movie
Mhm.
that just came out. It's a lady's face, and she's looking straight on, but it's like cut, so it looks like she's also looking sideways.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see
That's
that.
creepy. Huh. Okay. Well, so Chris finds this
I just
haunted,
saw that.
cursed.
I just saw this in one of the
And he touched it,
reflections
not
and
me.
noticed it.
Yeah.
I will make it known. I did not touch it.
Wild.
Oh yeah, when that ball went off, I did not know that it did that.
Honestly, the energy and the feel of the room.
I'm
There's
getting
not
so
much.
pissed at you at this point.
There's definitely
Because I know
not
what happens
much
when you
to
get
it
bored
right now,
on
like,
investigations. You just block it. You put up a block.
I don't have any
Yeah.
weight on me. I have really no feelings
I have
at
ghost
all
ADHD.
I have no feelings
about the
at
room
all.
Besides, I'm just in a
Oh God. And this is what I'm doing
I
when
don't
I was walking. I'm
understand why
smelling
people
like
would have a hard
rancid
time
deviled
with this.
eggs.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. And
Well,
I
what-
love that something happens after you get
No,
bored.
Boston, I'm not asking that one. I know what happens when you ask.
Now, let me
that
point
one.
out something real quick. While he's doing this, Mecca is calling out to me. Mecca's watching me on TikTok. He has not left my TikTok at all. And he's telling me almost verbatim what Chris is doing. And he's like, ask Chris X, Y, and Z. Now, at the same time, I've got a full body shadowed figure that pops out of a doorway on the 4th floor when I do my walkthrough with TikTok.
And he got something behind him.
Yeah.
Like a real. What was the figure like? Was it tall?
Are you asking me or her?
Her.
Well,
What
it
was
was
the
my
shadow?
viewers that saw it. It was the viewers.
Oh, they saw
because-
it. You didn't see it
the
in real
viewers
time.
were freaking
Okay.
out. Like they were like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, oh my god!" They were freaking out. And before I saw that, I smelled like rancid deviled eggs. It wasn't sulfur. It was almost like something that was trying to mask itself as
Yeah.
demonic.
Can I
hate that
ask
word,
you?
but-
Can I ask you a question? And this is nothing about
She didn't
against
eat
your.
double eggs.
No, not at
No,
all.
yeah.
No, I know what that smell means. This is nothing against your viewers, but were they the people that were commenting that? Was it people that you trust, like Mecca, people that you know, or was it random
Yeah,
TikTok
it was
people?
Sam's Pretty Paranormal. She was the first one to
Okay,
pipe up.
then I
saying
trust it.
So yeah.
I trust it.
me,
I
if
can't
it had
tell
been
you how
anybody
many.
but Sam, I would have been like, eh. But when she said it,
Yeah.
and then other people were like, oh, thank God you said it too. I was like, what?
Yeah, I trust
Where?
it completely. I've been in
And
so many TikTok investigation lives where there's like hundreds of people in the comments and everyone's like, behind you, there's a
But there's
shadow
nothing
behind
behind
you,
you.
and there's
Yeah.
nothing there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
I just wanted to
she
make sure
said
it was
it.
someone
I
you
actually
knew.
went over the footage and I did see where the shadow person pops out, but I'm struggling to get it sectioned by
Crazy.
frame. I actually need to see if Chris can help me.
We'll talk about in a minute about why Boston shouldn't be an investigation channel lives. Commenting.
Why? Oh, that. Yeah, I started World War III. Well, I believe when in this clip, Chris is like, no, Boston, I'm not saying that. I was trying to get him to be abducted by aliens. So I'm not a really good. I get bored
God.
when I watch lives.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I get ballsy.
I don't
How
like
many
aliens.
people are in this room with me? Light up
No
one
one knows
light
if
for
they're
each of you.
aliens or not.
I was getting so frustrated.
You're bored. This was
Yeah.
you at the Salem Inn.
Yeah. That light at the top, like that's the things that kept catching me way off in the distance.
Yep.
It's like a runway in there. Holy shit. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
I didn't
really
get
cool
to see
effect.
this.
Okay. I'll just stare at myself for a little while.
This is when I started to feel the cold and saw something behind me. I wish I could fast forward by 10 seconds.
I
Get
was
my
noticing
attention.
other Kris. I was noticing as a viewer when we were watching this, I'd wait until you'd hold the phone really super still, and then I'd start seeing lights disappearing. And I didn't know if it was because your arm went like this or you know what I mean?
Doing shit like that the whole time.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was you or if it was.
Oh yeah,
There we
that's
go.
when.
There we go. You got
Yes!
my attention. How many are in here with
Hey,
me right
Andy.
now?
And then I
Light
think
up a
that's all
light
it
for
did.
every one of you that are in here.
Is that all it did, Boston? It was just the one light, right?
But here's the thing. Like, shut up. So, Brie, you were saying you and him are both ghost magnets, right?
Right.
Very good. Can you move to the left one?
He gets very spoiled because of this. And so he goes on every single investigation he goes on, he expects, like when we did our first week-long trip into the paranormal, we were hit left and right not 24/7, but when we were investigating, it was like boom in your face, stuff going off on command, like things being seen, people being touched, shirts being lifted up, like Boston being possessed slightly, maybe.
Oh, God.
So, like, it was crazy. And so now anytime Kris goes on an investigation, he gets a light and he goes, oh, that's all you're going to do? Just one? You're not going to do 3 or 4? And at the exact same time, I ask every single question because he's used to that shit.
What's up,
Well,
Andy?
and I totally saw that with him because he'd be like, well, I want to play with, like, let's pull the cat balls out. And I'm like, no, let's walk and let's be quiet. And he would do, like, Kris does, like, this little pouty, like.
Yeah, he doesn't like to be quiet. He doesn't.
I don't like to be quiet.
You don't like to be quiet. You don't like to sit with your feelings. But I think
Kris,
it's
did we not get more stuff being quiet and walking around
and letting it come to you?
I mean, we had a kid run at us. We got charged.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
We had stuff go blacker than black, and we didn't, like, we had things come out, like, even, like, and I forgot about this part. When I was doing my solo, I went and sat at the chairs at the foot of the bed in the big open rec room, and, like, people on my live were saying that they saw, I still have to go through the video, but they were seeing the manifestation of something on my side, and as soon as, like, they saw it, like, I was reporting getting touched on that side of my face. I even had something charge up the stairs, like, not even, like, 2 minutes before Kris came up to get me, and I was like, oh my God. I jumped up, turned my camera around. I still have to go over that footage too. But, and then when Kris came up, I was like, I pray to God that is Kris or I'm fucked. You know, like, it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. I just, while you're talking, pinned 2 of Mecca's comments because I think that Mecca makes a really good point. We all know that spirit is attracted to energy or that they draw on energy, whether it's like a battery pack or a flashlight or an EM pump. Is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or ourselves, right?
Yeah.
When someone is sitting there and their energy is like, I'm so bored, I just want tacos. Get me out of here. You think that they want to draw on that energy, Kris?
No.
No.
Exactly. But the moment that you kind of, but when you get excited and you're like, open and you're looking and you're listening and you're using all of your senses, then I think they more often make their
I know.
appearance.
I just have like
Yeah.
this ADHD when it comes to paranormal investigations where I get really frustrated really quick.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
Both of you have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. You're like a little
Um,
kid. Can I have the shiny, pretty toy that
Right.
makes all the noise?
Yeah. Well, and I think it's because your start in the paranormal, I feel you. Like, I get the same thing.
Yeah.
I think I just have more patience because
I mean-
our start in the paranormal was not the norm. We've talked to people who've been doing this for decades
It
and
was
say
crazy.
that that's not the norm.
We were sitting in the Colonial Inn, and I'd be like, light up the cat ball in the closet, and all of a sudden it would go off. I'd be like, light up the one over there, and then it would go off. And it was just like we were just pointing and saying things.
And I got possessed twice.
Yeah, you did, and you cried.
I forgot
and-
about the Colonial
and
Inn.
you cussed me out.
When did I cuss you out?
Well, you kind of cussed me out at the boarding house when you said, "Get that camera on my fucking face."
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That was Andrew.
So,
Anytime I'm mad at you, I'm just gonna be like, sorry, it was Andrew.
Andrew.
What do you give the man with no fear? Oh, can we go back to that? So that guy, I don't know, Brie wouldn't have noticed because Brie had her own separate live going. But this is one of our good friends, and the whole time that you guys were investigating, a lot of people in chat, we know this happens with Mecca, it happens with me too, very rarely, but I get words like instantly, and feelings. We've talked about this, Brie. And
Yeah.
there was a few things that I just was like, yep. And one of the things I got was before the running happened, I wrote it in chat. You can go back and look at the timestamps. I said, I get this weird feeling that the spirits here are fast, like they run. And then you guys like finished up by the stairs and then went down and you're talking to Otis and sat down, and that's when the running happened. So that freaked me out big time. I also got the name Andrew. That freaked me out big time. Because Mecca
Mecca
got
got
Andrew
At the
exactly
same time.
at the same
Yeah.
time. And then I just love and I want to encourage this kind of thing because that guy was getting feels and kept being like Dutch, German. Like, I'm telling you, there's something
That
German
was the
or-
PCP going through that guy.
you think.
He's a homeless guy in LA that has the best Wi-Fi. It's a very interesting character that I've come across in my travels.
Also a really good driver. Really good
really-
driver.
Brie, he
Yeah.
took me on a ride through LA to buy drugs from clowns.
That's not a lie.
Oh, that's that guy.
Yeah.
That's that
Okay,
guy.
that's that guy. Okay, I remember you told me about that guy.
Yeah. So,
People
but I
right now
think
are
that's
like, what the fuck are they talking about?
that's that guy.
That's
But
that guy. Okay, I'm totally. I get this now. I
stop
tried that
telling
guy.
my.
I know all about.
Oh, we just pinned the same comment. So, okay, but I think he made a really good point, and Chris was like, I don't know any Dutch or German. Well, you could have at least read and like tried to say it out loud.
How if I don't know how to
should
say
have,
the
'cause
word?
I lived in Germany for 2
you just
years.
try
I
to
should
say
have
it.
tried to like order a beer or something and seen if we got a
See?
response. Like,
Here.
sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I'll read
Ich
this.
möchte gern
Deutsch.
Bier.
Deutsche Glitzer Party.
Deutsch.
Deutsche.
Deutsch, just Deutsch. Why are you adding
Deutsch?
Deutsch?
Yeah, stop.
You
stop,
Canadian?
Stop the A. It's
Deutsch
Deutsch.
Glitzer Party. And I'm giving it like a Minnesota accent.
You were
Like,
adding the Canadian.
Yeah, what about the boots?
The
The
Deutsch.
boots, yeah. Yeah.
Deutsch Glitzer
Boots.
Party.
So
But I'm saying,
There was
like,
a bar that we would go to called Das Boots.
Das Boot.
Das,
Das
Boots.
Boot.
It
I
was
just
the
think
boat.
there's something to be said about experimenting and that little things that just come to people when they're on an investigation, like the Scrabble board was obviously there for a reason. I'm sure for people to play with, but I'm sure other people have had that idea before and gone with it. But I think that's a really cool experiment. German sparkle party. I just said German sparkle party. Oh my god.
If I knew another language, I think it's an awesome experiment.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so we need to.
You need to learn another language
Yeah.
so that you can do that. So there
I know
is
un poco español.
I don't know. So we're ending up on our time. We're starting to run out of time here. But announcement, if you liked the Wildwood Sanatorium live where Brie was going through solo while we have another one. Oh, and Brie, we're not talking about the location yet, but we have a date.
Can I know at least?
Yes.
You're finding out right now.
Oh, this is it. I'm like putting my lip gloss on.
We
Okay,
found
who
out.
excited for this though? Who else excited to see
I'm
me
excited.
sit alone all night in a haunted location?
It's gonna be pretty cool.
He's raising his hand behind me. Do you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering where the other hand came from. I thought you grew one out of your back. I wasn't saying anything. I was
Nick's
It's
like,
ghost.
send
No,
her
that's Nick.
away. I
Yeah,
need a
the
night
ghost
off.
podcast. Yeah. So
The ghost
I
can
mean,
have her.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be going solo, you guys. Solo, and Kris is gonna be remote, telling me what the hell I have to do for 2.5-3 hours.
I can't
But
believe
I
you
will
do
be
that.
there all night until the next day.
And this isn't, you do this a lot. Like, that's kind of your thing.
Well,
So
this will be my second time being completely alone in a haunted location, locked in.
Didn't you do a few overnights at that place before the live?
Not alone.
No, what was that place? The Hinsdale House?
I was there with a group of people. I got invited to
Oh,
go, but I
okay.
stayed in Mary's room by myself.
That's it. I was like,
Yeah,
no,
I
I know you
Mary's
stayed
room by
somewhere by yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slept in Mary's room all by myself for 2 nights.
I can do it.
Yeah, that was my hell on earth. And I'm actually going to be going back to Hinsdale this year. Yeah.
It's gonna be
I'm
wild.
going to be going back for 3 days, 2 more nights.
So you gotta tune in this week, and stuff will be dropped on our shorts that will kind of hint towards where this location's going to be. But what's the date for that live?
December 17th. It's a Sunday.
Wait,
Yep.
you're like, oh, this is the announcement, but the announcement is that we don't get to know.
Yeah, the announcement is people gotta follow our pages.
The announcement is she's going,
we gonna say what
and
we're
she's gonna be
calling
by
this or
herself.
no?
and yeah, we could say that it's called Remotely Paranormal.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. That's cute.
So
Who
this
came
is
up
going to
with
be
it?
an ongoing series that we're going to do.
I know you were gonna take credit for that.
Yeah, he totally came. I was like, what about, like, we need a name. And he's like, Remotely Paranormal. I'm like, that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cute. That's
Like, I don't
really
have to
cute.
think about
Wait,
anything.
like, trademark that.
It's trademarked right now.
Is it already?
Yeah, on this channel.
Oh,
It just got
no, I have no
trademarked.
idea.
It's in
Own
stone.
it.
It's on the internet.
Copyrighted.
Yep. It's on the internet.
Is Nick
Oh, we got-
asleep?
We
No,
got
Nick.
Moody
they want you to
Mary
say
in the
hi.
house.
Oh my god, Moody
Hi.
Mary! I haven't seen you.
What's
Hi,
up,
Nick.
How's it
Nice
going?
to meet,
Let you
like,
know.
meet you.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, I know where they're going. Or not, I know where she's going.
I'll find out. It's okay. When this live ends and the whole audience is like in suspense,
And
like,
you're gonna
dying to
ask
know.
me, and I'm gonna be like, I don't remember.
And he won't tell me. And then I'll ask Brie, but Brie will be like, Kris swore me to secrecy. then I
You're gonna
I
have
won't
to
know.
follow the clues.
But
the
it's, and you
community
know
post.
what? The picture that we're going to use is freaking phenomenal. I got permission from the person who took it, and they're so geeked out that we're going to use it. Hopefully they're watching right now.
Was
I
it
sent
Gil?
the link. Hold on. I'm on my phone. I gotta scroll through the comments.
Was it Gil?
No, it wasn't Gil.
Oh, okay. Gil's a really good photographer.
So
Yeah,
We-
Gil's actually gonna be working on some pictures for me. No, I don't see him in here.
So we're going to wrap this up, but real quick, just
Why?
let people know, because I've been up all day, Boston.
Oh yeah.
I am tired.
He's having a bad Monday. He's
I'm
having
having, yeah, I am. I thought today was Tuesday for half the day.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
just gotta do it again tomorrow. But so if you guys are also looking, we have Horror Road Trip going on, and we just started a new series called The Rise and Fall of McCamey Manor, and we are doing a deep dive breakdown to the original days when the place first haunted or started.
Like deep.
We're going back to the early 2000s,
Ooh,
right?
Yeah. Back
And-
when like eyebrows were super thin and all of our jeans were studded
But
and glittery.
if you like true crime, this is probably the
studded jeans. What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
I mean, they're making a comeback. They're making a comeback. So it's okay.
Bree's
I'm
bringing
just
them
saying.
back. Hashtag Bree's bringing them back.
I
Be
loved
like
mine.
Bree.
I loved my studded jeans.
Please
Be
be
like
like Brie.
Brie.
Wear your studded
Be,
jeans.
hashtag be like Brie.
3, okay? I'm finally
They're-
getting enough to fucking wear them, all right?
They're bringing back the 90s, like all these Gen Z people. Are
Dude, have you seen
bringing
the
back?
fucking elephant legs that they're bringing back and all that shit? Like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
they're bringing it
and
back, and
flannel
it's
is
not
in,
theirs,
baby.
it's
Flannel
ours.
is back in. I'm so excited.
Sorry, Chris.
I want
What were
my
you saying?
Cheetos.
So I was just saying,
Oh yeah, you were plugging Horror Road Trip.
yeah, it's Horror Road Trip. Check it out.
Drop the
It's a
link.
great true crime series that we're doing. If you haven't already seen Monster Inside on Hulu, starring me, as I expose this monster of a person that has tortured people really bad. But in the process of this, Boston,
Yeah.
after hanging out with like Ben and Danny,
Yeah.
I've started to like to expose stuff, like finding
yeah.
like these like places that are bad, and I'm like, what are these
gives you a
haunted
high.
locations out there that are
Mhm.
also, you know,
that might need to be talked about.
yeah, they might need to be talked about on a live. So
Because I'm not
I
cool with people that scam people.
no, me neither. So I think that is something for you guys to stay tuned to, and you know,
Ooh, paradrama. Are we gonna
So,
get? Are we
I
gonna
think we
start
need to-
paradrama?
yeah, we need.
Wait, can I get
paradrama.
in on this?
Hell yeah!
Sure, you can be in on it.
But for all your horror drama,
But
all
for
the
all
horror
your
drama
horror
fans
drama,
out there,
go to Horror
I'm looking.
Road Trip.
I'm
But-
trying to drop the link. and
I
can't find it.
definitely think having some paradrama in this world, like we don't have enough already.
Wait, what are you doing back there?
Copy.
Oh, you can get on it too now.
Okay, Nick can get in
Who
on this,
doesn't?
too.
Everyone pretends like they don't like it or whatever, and it's like it's fun.
For those that don't know, this will hint towards it. Boston had a little bit of a misfire as she commented on a live.
Why are we talking? Are we really talking about this?
I don't
We're
care.
really talking about this girl. And you know what? I got my tea, so we're ready. Let's go.
Listen, I usually
Let's do
stay
this.
quiet. Did we both? That's weird.
What?
Did we both drop that? Oh, you did our Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. I usually don't comment, but if I have been to a location, okay, let's play this hypothetical game.
Okay.
And-
hypothetical.
'cause-
This
and
is
I'm pretty sure-
hypothetical only.
I'm pretty sure Brie and Chris already know, so I'm gonna say it loud enough if Nick can hear me.
Okay, get in.
Nick, let's say that you had just gone to a haunted location to investigate, and the owners told you, if you hear this sound, it could be our kangaroo in the basement, right? Because we keep a kangaroo.
Chinchillas. This is
Chinchillas.
Chinchillas.
Okay. Just because we keep kangaroos down there, right? And so then you get home like maybe a month later and you're watching a live and these people are investigating, and one of the people in the group yells down to their, teammate and is like, hey, we're hearing in the basement, like, do we know what's down there? Did the owners tell us like what's down there? Would you or would you not kindly comment, hello,
Kangaroos.
I investigated there last week and the owners told me that there's chinchillas and or kangaroos in the basement, and if you hear said sound, that could be them. Would you do that?
Yeah.
Because as investigators, the most important thing is to rule out things that are not paranormal so that when we have those paranormal moments,
But
they are that much more meaningful.
what if the chinchilla is possessed by a demon?
We lost Chris.
Hey, I can tell you what, there was absolutely no demons where we were.
But it's in the title of the location.
Wait! He's not supposed to know what we're talking about.
There was,
Oh my god.
we were told that there was absolutely no demons.
Yes.
Just is
So-
lighting up right now.
We-
I'm watching on my
We were
phone, all
told
the
we cannot
notifications.
talk about demon. What's the first rule of Demon Club? You don't
You
talk
don't
about
talk
Demon
about
Club.
Not demons.
So, yeah.
Just snorted.
He didn't get the PDF.
Oh, but then now there are demons. Now there are. It's just like studded jeans, Brie.
They're coming back.
Demons are making a comeback.
So, we,
Oh,
yeah, that
God.
Boston's little comment resulted in a novel sent to me by the owner.
Where
Which
apparently I was
found
telling everybody
hilarious.
that I was in the basement partying with the kangaroos and the chinchillas.
I love how this phone game has changed so much.
It's
Even
a
the
game
owner's
of
going to
fun,
be
yeah.
so confused because none of this is like accurate to how that message was or how it went down. But
No.
yes. So yeah, so what I'm saying is let's start an exposed series on some of these places that are not haunted.
Maybe we have a conversation about this when we're not live, but
Oh no, I
If-
want
if-
to do it live. I want people to be scared.
Be scared.
I mean, we've talked about it. I just did not know this was happening. Demons do
Hey,
hate me.
I'll tell you this. If I'm investigating and a fucking kangaroo jumps out at me, I will be scared. That's all I'm going to say.
That would be scary.
I would be scared too. That would be really scary. You and your exposing, right? We got the exposing itch from exposing McAmey Manor. So why
Yeah,
not
like,
start
why
exposing
not
more
branch
stuff?
out?
Austin, you look like you're really on a hot seat right now. You're like bouncing around. And...
I'm a little nervous. Because the person we're talking about isn't necessarily the most stable human being I've encountered in my life. But I guess
Don't feel bad. I'm on the list too. So
okay. I heard.
yeah, I'm
Yes.
on the list too.
Okay.
We got some great new hashtags.
Come to Queen Mary. You know what?
We need to do Queen Mary.
Let's go. That's what
I think we should. I was
We should
just
totally
offered
do Queen Mary.
You
a
were
free fight to LA last night, literally.
We should totally do. Oh, and Alcatraz.
yeah.
I want.
We should do like a West Coast
I
tour.
want to
you
go to
guys.
Alcatraz for the history.
I wouldn't. I went there when I was little, and I remember having a bad experience. I don't know what it was.
Good. How
but-
about you? How about you stay not going to Alcatraz though, and there'll be a nice little break from you.
Okay.
Fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
You can take Brie to Alcatraz, and I'll go to the Queen Mary with that guy.
No,
Let's
we're
go to Alcatraz,
going to
Chris.
all of them.
No, you chose Alcatraz. I get Queen Mary.
That's
But
fine.
I
I want to
wanna
go to
do both.
Alcatraz.
Brie can do both. You can only do one, Chris.
I will find my way.
I
That
be
guy
a guest
will
for
let
those?
me.
Obviously, that guy. If we ever go, well, we will. We need to plan a West Coast trip soon because there are a lot of places I want to investigate on that side of the country, and obviously that guy would be there with us. And yes, Mecca in Arizona. That's an easy ride, right? Or a quick little-
Arizona has some.
Yeah,
like, a
I've heard
lot
some
of
very.
locations.
Hey, we need to plan a West Coast trip. I would so be down for
Yeah.
West Coast.
Yeah,
We do.
the West Coast trip would be fun.
We do. But if we get out west, we're gonna have to hang out with the crazy YouTubers too.
That's always fun too. It's always fun
Let's-
too.
Hey,
Speaking of
It's
chinchillas,
gonna be a party, and I'm down for a party. They
Yeah.
they can be like us, and we can be like them, and we can be like Brie.
When I hung out
Hashtag
with
be
them,
like
they
me.
tried to get me to scale a bridge,
yep.
and
Don't give
they
away
dropped
Ben's
possums on me. You can
Yep.
see it in the video. You see it in Ben's newest video. Go
Okay.
check out Reckless Ben on YouTube. And with
Hashtag reckless Ben on YouTube.
hashtag reckless Ben.
Hashtag Danny Burke. I keep
Hashtag
doing
Danny
this
Burke.
like it's a thing. Is this a thing? Is anyone from Gen Z? Can you tell me? Is this a thing?
It looks
We're
like you're just
making it a
throwing
thing
gang
tonight.
signs.
We are making it. If I did not have to hold my phone, I would be doing it.
I'm
Here,
not
hold my
doing
phone
that.
So I can do this with Boston.
Don't, Bree, don't. For your
Do it.
self-image,
Right.
don't.
Hashtag be like Faye.
All right. Good night,
Hashtag
everyone.
be like Boston.
Kill it.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And I'm sorry that you
I
had
feel
to
like I
witness that.
Watch you guys
Smoked
work.
the
There's time to be
devil's
dropping
lettuce
stuff.
or something.
We're
What?
gonna be dropping stuff for what's
Yes.
coming up.
Yes.
We're going to be
Yes.
dropping stuff all week. So stay
Yes.
tuned. See if you can figure out the location. And we will announce it at the end of the week. So
I'm gonna figure it out first. I'm gonna
So
win.
Friday, we're
Okay.
doing the announcement then, Chris, for sure.
Yep.
All
I'm gonna
right.
win. I'm gonna know first before
No.
everybody else.
Okay, you're not allowed to participate because you know. He said that's bullshit.
Shenanigans. All right.
Gotta
Thank you,
love 'em.
everybody, for
Thank you,
joining us
Bree.
tonight.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you, Bree.
Oh,
Thank you
welcome,
for
and thank
finding
you guys.
the location.
Yes. Oh, happy almost birthday.
And we will have a happy birthday for you on the 17th. It'll be belated, but
I'll do a shout
Yeah,
out.
that's
to you,
his. That's
Mecca.
Dizzle's too.
Oh, you know what?
What?
What we could do?
That's our
is
very good friend's birthday.
We should incorporate. You should do a challenge in their
just for
honor
Mecca.
for me to do. Have Mecca get a hold of you.
Okay. And we
That's a good
will-
idea
That is a good idea.
for Mecca's birthday, and then you
Yeah.
have to do something for Heather's birthday, even though you don't know her because
Yeah, but they could have a hand, like somebody from my audience, somebody from your audience. Like
I
Yeah.
like it.
And
I like
we're
it. I like
bringing
it.
our two audiences together.
And Heather is a paranormal investigator as well. She was for years. I don't think she's currently investigating, but she knows her stuff.
And what's the name that we're doing again, Chris? Drop it one more time for the viewers.
Remotely
Just
paranormal.
there we go.
Boom. All right. So
It's much better than guaranteed demons.
no, not guaranteed demons.
Okay.
There are no
No.
demons, Boston.
Okay.
We're going to get us in trouble.
I would
Okay.
like to get into locations first.
I feel like I'm possessed right now. I don't know what's going on.
This is what
She's
happens.
so anxious because of the chinchillas. It's not funny.
Yeah, they got me a little.
And her
Feel a
studded
little
hands is
happy.
getting caught on her
She's-
chair.
Snorted a sugar stick before we
Yeah.
some fun dip.
I'm freaking my bird out too. I've been
All right,
hearing her
guys.
yelling the whole time. Okay.
Have a good one. Good night, everyone.